Hey guys, welcome to the answers section of the Q&A session. Thank you so much for all your really good questions. I think that they really have got me thinking. So without further ado, here we go. First question, I Like Monkey says, if someone was listening to your music for the first time, which song would you say they should listen to first to get a sense of your work? I would probably say maybe my latest track, Arizona Dream, because that kind of it shows people the sort of atmospheric direction my music's going in. Maybe that or Get Out While You Can is another one I would recommend. What artists do you listen to musically and ASMR? My favorite artists are Jeff Buckley, Lana Del Rey, The Neighborhood, Fleetwood Mac, Mazzy Star. I listen to them all the time. And ASMR, recently I've been watching a lot of Scottish Blueberry ASMR. I really like her. And at the beginning it was Fred's voice, Fred. We all know Fred and many others. What is your advice on dealing with rejection with work or anything? That's a good question because I have a lot of rejection in the acting and music field that I've chosen. But I think it's key just to not take things too personally, and that the world has a way of matching you up to opportunities and things when the timing is right. So I just would take a moment to deal with the rejection and then just brush it off and move on to the next thing and not take it to your core. Cool, that were good questions. This question is from Helen. What is your favorite kind of music and why? I like really chilled, atmospheric, dreamy music that has a story and a sort of narrative structure. I've always been pulled into that, and definitely music that takes you into another world. What pushed you into making ASMR videos? This is from Diego. That's a good question. I guess I was watching a lot of ASMR videos for years, and then most ASMRtists get to this point where they've been watching them and then they think maybe I'll give it a go and see how it turns out and if people like it. And yeah, I tried it and I just loved doing it. So yeah, I guess it was just trial and error, and I will continue to make them. This is from Daniel. What is the answer to the ultimate question of life and universe and everything? Love, I would say. Do you like reading books? And in your case, what was your last one? Any favorites? Do you prefer a genre? Yes, I love reading autobiographies, biographies about people in the past, present, especially artists and actors and people like that. And I just recently read Bryan Cranston's book, which was really good. But I also like adventure books, like in classics, Call of the Wild. Yeah, I love adventure books. And what don't you want to miss on a deserted island? At the moment, well, I'm obsessed with coconut bread, which is this bread you can buy at this store here, and I wonder if I could make that out of coconuts on the island, which in that case I wouldn't miss it, but if I couldn't, I would be missing that. Juju Galaxy. Are there any ways for me to do covers of any of your music? I'm a big fan and I'd love to know the chords so I can play it soon. Oh, thank you. Well, you would be happy to know that I have started to upload my music onto ultimateguitar.com. So I'm going to keep uploading all my future songs on there and for you to play along with. So thank you so much for that question. That's really cool. Thank you. On the link for that, I'll leave it in the description. And this one's from Michelle. What or who inspires you in trying to maintain your positive and mindful perspective on life? That would probably be my parents, I would say. They've always been really positive, and my mum's always finding ways to help people, and ever since we were kids she's always been trying to help other kids in need, and both my parents just have really big hearts and have always tried to be positive. And we used to do this thing at dinner where we would go around the table and say what we were grateful for each day, which was really cool. So I still do that with my sister and her boyfriend here. It seems cheesy, but it feels good to recap of things that are going well. So thanks for that question, Michelle. That's really good. Nice one. What's your zodiac sign? It's from Gabriel. It is Cancer. Alicia, favorite band, favorite singer. Favorite band, favorite singer. I'm gonna just say Fleetwood Mac. Jeff Buckley. Lana Del Rey. Again. If you could sit with one dead, famous or influential person for an afternoon and just shoot the shit with, who would it be? Probably be Jeff Buckley or River Phoenix, because both of those guys, I love what they did in the short time that they were here. Thanks, Alicia. Juanita, what is your favorite genre of films and which films are your favorite? I love thrillers. I love psychological thrillers, or anything like that, like Talented Mr. Ripley, Fatal Attraction, all those like movies that keep you on the edge of your seat. I love those. But I also love adventure films and dramas, and I'd say my favorite movie is probably Into the Wild, and maybe What's Eating Gilbert Grape, or Edward Scissorhands. All of those. It's from Charlie. What are your favorite places to go, and what's something you really enjoy doing? Favorite places to go. Favorite place to go is probably Waiheke Island here in New Zealand. It's a nice little getaway, and I have a lot of sentimental attachment to that place. And what do I enjoy doing? I enjoy creating stuff, videos, music, chipping away at something I love doing and seeing the result. Cool. And this is from Dutch Mountains. What is the greatest adventure you've ever been on? That would probably be I did a trip last year where I flew to London and I met up with my friend Greg, and then we flew to Florida, then we drove from Miami to Orlando to Alabama to New Orleans, then he flew back to London, and then I flew to LA, and then I went to Alaska with my friend Brad, and it was such a ride. It was such a cool... I try and do something like that every year, but that was probably my greatest adventure. Have you ever rode a horse before? No, I don't think I have. I'd love to though. Last one. Would you ever travel to space, and where would you go? Is it men from Mars? Women are from... Wait, men are from Mars, women are from... I don't know. Jupiter? No, actually it would probably be the moon I would go to. This is from Baby Yvonne. At what age did you start singing? Who was your favourite artist band? I only started singing like when I was 20, I think, 21, maybe 22. So I'm 27 now, I'm 20. So I couldn't really sing that well until then. But I kind of had this overwhelming desire to write songs and make music. And at first I thought that I would write music for other people, and then one day I just woke up and decided that I would find a way to sing and work on it and find a way that was a way I could use what I had and just practice. And I still have so much to learn and to work on vocally and to grow that way, but it was just like a sort of marry the night moment, and I think it takes practice, and that's what I'm doing. But I definitely wasn't one of those people that could sing from a young age. Well, anyway, why are you so adorable, and when should we get married? We can get married right now. When was the first time you got ASMR tingles? ASMR tingles. I think it was from like a teacher explaining something in detail, or something like that, or maybe a doctor. Yeah, maybe I should do a teacher roleplay. But my dad has always been, he actually introduced me to ASMR when I was a kid. He was watching some guy wash windows, and he was like, "Oh, this is so relaxing." I was like, "That's just so weird." But then I kind of started to understand it as I got older, and then here we all are. How tall are you? I'm 180 centimeters, which is roughly 5'11". It's from Jenny. Will you come to South Florida again? Yes, I would love to. I love Florida. Definitely will be back. What places of the world you know or have visited before? Well, I've done Australia, a lot of America, done London. Haven't done Europe, the rest of Europe, or the Asias. Like, I'd love to do that. Europe's definitely my next stop. Who's your favorite American ASMR artist? That would be Ali from ASMR Requests. She was kind of one of the first ones I latched onto, and I just think she's so genuine and so nice, and I just love hanging out with her. And yeah, I think this is the reason she's like one of the top ones, because she's so good. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? It's from Brandon. That's a really good one. Thank you, Brandon. I would love to be on the road, like touring and playing my music, even if it's just small gigs, places. But I also want to find a way to help people on like a bigger scale, whether it's, I'm not sure, but I know that that's what I want to do as well, is be going around the world helping people and taking my music with them. Thank you for this question, because it makes me plan. And this is from Kylie. Who's your go-to artist group when you can't decide on something to listen to? Yeah, it's probably probably Mazzy Star, all their albums, Fleetwood Mac. What's it like being so gorgeous? I don't know how to answer that question, but thank you. Who are your musical inspirations? Yeah, man, yeah. Lana Del Rey, Jeff Buckley, Eddie Vedder, and then in the 90s was Matchbox 20 and No Doubt, and then it was like The Killers. All these bands have kind of shaped why I got into it. Why is it important for you to continue making ASMR videos? What was your inspiration for starting in the first place? It's important for me to keep doing it because I feel it's not too much of an effort for me to do, but I know how much it helps people relax. So it's a win-win because I get so much from knowing that it's going to do such a good home. So I'll keep doing it as much as I can. And my inspiration to start was just again, just like wanting to just give back and see how it goes, see what happens. When did you first discover ASMR, and who is some of your favorite ASMRtists? Well, I first discovered it as a thing like maybe 4 or 5 years ago on YouTube, and then started watching them like every night. But my favorite ASMRtists are probably Ali and Fred's voice. It's Scottish Blueberry ASMR. I love her videos. She's so lovely. Really nice people that you can tell are just genuine. I don't like ones that are too planned, if you know what I mean, or too scripted, if you know what I mean. Ones that kind of just have a natural flow. If you could travel anywhere in the world, where would you go and why? I would probably go to, I want to go to Greece or France. What is your favorite color and what makes you happy when you're sad? My favorite color is green. And what makes you happy when you're sad? Creating stuff. Using that energy and putting it into something that will make me happy and something that I can do without relying on anyone else. These questions are from Infinitely ASMR, and I need to check out your channel soon, actually. What advice would you give to your younger self? I would say go with your instinct. Do your own thing. And take your time. There's no rush. And just celebrate yourself. And know that you have something to work towards. That's a good question. What is your favorite birthday memory? My favorite birthday memory would be when I was living in LA and I turned 21, and my girlfriend at the time came and flew over and stayed with me for a few weeks, and we went and saw Eddie Vedder in concert, and we just hung out, and she came and saw the school I was studying at, and yeah, it was really nice. It was really nice. What do you do to relax outside of ASMR? I do meditation and yoga. I do one meditation in the morning and one in the afternoon, and I do yoga on a Saturday morning, and it has helped me so much. So it helps deal with stress so well. Just gets rid of it all. From Vanessa. What is your favorite animal and what pet would you like to own? I would say probably a lion. Always had a spiritual connection with lion. What are some things on your bucket list? That would be, most of them are travel related. So, yeah, hitting the road, gigging, helping people, going off the grid for a bit would be nice. Having a family one day. These are from Krista. Do you know where Finland is? Yes, I do. What is your hair color? I mean, your natural, is it black? No, it's sort of dark brown. Is your eyes green? Yes. What is your language over there? I mean, can you speak Maori? So the language here is English, or the main language, but Maori is the indigenous native language to New Zealand, and it's still, some people still use it, some Maori do use it, but so when the English came over in the 1800s, they colonized the place. There was a treaty signed, and now we all live in peace and harmony, and we're still trying very much to keep the Maori language alive. So yeah, people are still learning it. My sister's starting to learn it. I even want to start learning it. So yeah. Is New Zealand a safe place? Yes, it absolutely is, and great place to raise kids and have a family, I think. A lot of exploring to be done. Would you like to come to Finland? Yes, I would. Have you got birthmarks? No, I don't believe I do. No. Okay, well, it looks like that is all of the questions. So thank you guys so much for taking the time to think about a question for me. I'm sure you've learned a bit about me today, and we'll see you guys again very soon.